Hey, howdy, friends. It's Steve DePoe here with the Rose Realty Team, your personal 55 Places consultant. Hey, it's been about a month or so since we last spoke. I hope you're all doing well. And before I forget, if you observe, hey, have a happy Easter this coming weekend. So let's get started. This is your 55 Places community update for North Texas. So as I do once a month for y'all, I'm going to kind of give you an update on the 55 plus communities throughout North Texas and see how things are moving. Hey, but before we get there, hey, if you could do me a favor, please, and like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. That's youtube.com/at moving to Dallas, Texas. There you'll get a lot of updates on the videos and the vlogs that we post. Some of them are actually videos of houses that we just listed in the 55 places or 55 plus communities. And you'll be the first ones to know when they get posted. You'll get an alert when I create a vlog or a vlog changes. You'll be the first ones to know. And what I like to kind of say is become the smartest people in your neighborhood because they'll also give you an idea about how to prepare a house for sale, curb appeal, that kind of thing. In addition, we're going to start, I think in about 2 weeks, we're going to start doing vlogs on the second pillar of our real estate business community, and that is real estate planning. So, hey, look, if you have a financial planner and an estate planner, you will need, or you should need a real estate planner as well, and then we can walk you through that. Give me a call or reach out about how to schedule a one-on-one strategy session. Obviously, free of charge. But anyway, like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. I thank you for doing that, and we appreciate you for your continued support. Hey, so let's get into the 55 plus community here in North Texas. Let's start off with Ropes and Ranch. So right now we have 46 active listings. That's up from just a month ago or a couple of months ago, where we had, I think, in the 20s, right? These range from about 410,000 to 1.565 million. And in the last 30 days, 31 of these are new. Okay, so just 30 days ago, 31 of these were not even on the market. In the last 30 days, we've had two that have closed, two that came under contract, and 16 that have closed. So that means there's been a number of them that have dropped off the market, decided not to sell, or they expired and they just felt that they couldn't sell their house. At least not at the price that they were expecting. Frisco Lakes, which is up in Frisco, a little bit northeast of here, rather. They have 53 active. They range from 333.9 to 835. 28 of them are new in the last 30 days. There are 8 under contract in the last 30 days, and 18 have closed. Days on market is around the 72, and I don't think I mentioned it, but days on market there in Robeson is about 59. Okay, so Robeson's are moving a little bit quicker, but there's also a little bit more to choose from in Frisco Lakes. Hey, let's bop on down to Ladera and Mansfield. Ladera and Mansfield, I think, is in phase 2 or 3 of their community. Right now, they got 7 active, ranging from around 355 to 550, and one of them is new in the last 30 days. None are currently under contract, and none are currently closed in the last 30 days. And days on market's about 107. This is kind of like a rough community, and what I mean by that is because they're starting at phase 2 or 3. The question is, well, do I, build new construction, or do I buy a resale? And that all depends on, your level of interest, right? If you want to get here, you want to get into North Texas ASAP, you probably want to buy a resale. But if you want to customize it totally, to your liking, 110% to what you want, then yeah, then probably new construction is the way to go. And we can talk through that when the time comes. Ladera at Tavolo Park, which is in Fort Worth. They've got in the last 30 days, again, this is all last 30 days, they have currently they have three active. In the last 30 days, they have one under contract and one that's closed. Days on market's about 49. And those three that are active range from around 480 to 560. Okay. Now, Tavola Park also they just opened up a new phase, so they're going to get into that kind of funky area too, where if Tavola Park is your place, it's not that far from Mansfield as an example. But if Tavolo Park is your place, do I build or do I, buy a resale? Now, what that is showing me is that there's not a lot of resales, and there's even fewer resales right now at Mansfield, which is the reserve. Um, so it's a conversation to have, and we can have that conversation with you depending on which train of thought you are. Let's go out to Ladera Little Elm. Ladera Little Elm is like completely new construction, right? They just really opened that up. I'm thinking, oh, what's this? This is the end of April. They probably opened up in January or February with their models. Right now, they have five active models, right? Ranging from 429, 122 to 575, 470. And these have been on the market for a while, so they're not new. And these are again, the models you would go in there, you would decide which model you would want and pick out a lot and go for it. And days on market is 107, but that's misleading because again, 107 is a little over 3 months. So they kind of started with the models something like January or something along those lines. And so um, there's no resales, and so you can see the days on market is just going to continue to increase to where it could be around 250 or 300 ish, because these are models that are on the market for people to come by and take a look, and then you pick out your lot and build. Ladera Prosper is a little bit older than Ladera Little Elm. Um, but right now kind of funny because again they have no resales, and they're all new construction. They have none that are active, so I think it's probably like a paperwork snafu with them. None that are under contract, and one that closed in the last 30 days. Average days on market is 56. Um, so I think that there must be a little bit of a paperwork snafu with them in terms of multiple listing services. But still, it's a new construction community, and what you would end up doing. And wait a minute, I'm doing there you go. What you would end up doing is picking the model that you like, pick the lot, and you'll start new construction, right? Ladera has a new community coming up in Justin, Timberbrook, I think it's called, and we'll start getting you information on Timberbrook starting next month. Let's go over to Flower Mound to Legends. So Legends is a smaller community, kind of high-end houses. It's a high-end builder there. They have none active. They have one that came under contract in the last 30 days and none closed. Average days on market is around 15. So it's sort of a popular community because it's right in the middle of the intersection between Flower Mound and Highland Village. Okay. Whereas frankly, most 55 plus communities are kind of out there, because they're bigger, larger communities and they needed to buy a large plot of land. And so Legends is a little bit smaller. I guess it's probably a total of 50 to 75 homes there or something like that. Not a lot in terms of amenities, but there are actually are very nice houses. Orchard Flower, which is also in Flower Mound. Hey, it's now that's a different type of community. It's smaller homes. It's a little bit older. That's a little bit bigger community than, for example, Legends. But at the same time, there's none active, none under contract, and none closed. Things very rarely come on the market in Orchard Flower. Not 100% sure why, but typically they don't come on the market. Let's flip over to South Lake. South Lake Watermere has two active, ranging from 325 to 680. None of these are new. They've been on the market for a while. As you can see, about 81 days, and so they've been on the market for almost 3 months now. And they haven't sold. None under contract and none closed. Let's go over to Del Webb Union Park in Little Elm. Currently, they have 18 active. They have 300, which averages around 320 to 529.5, and six of these are new in the last 30 days. There are two that are under contract in the last 30 days, and one that is closed, and average days on market's around 93. So Union Park is in a nice area, but it is sort of out there. Okay. It is surrounded by, shopping and commerce and, commercial restaurants and, shopping, that kind of stuff. But it is the Del Webb sort of concept in that they build 55 plus communities around or in their standard, what I call a traditional community. So I think they do this so that the kids can move in with their children, and then mom and dad move in their 55 plus community, and then mom and dad always pick up the kids after school. I mean, I think that's their concept. And whether you like that kind of deal or not, is kind of left up to sort of the individual, right? And then our last two is Villas of Stone Glen and Keller. Hey, right. So nothing. So things move very slowly. Again in Keller, Villas of Stone Glen. Nothing on the market, nothing active, nothing closed in the last 30 days. Average days on markets average zero. This is again a smaller, very nice community. Um, um, and nothing, it's really difficult for things to come up on the market. Things come up on the market kind of very rarely. But elements of Iridian down in Arlington. So this is another one. It's not a Del Webb community, but it's a little bit of the same concept in that the front end of the community is your traditional housing, and the back half is the 55 plus, right? So right now they have nine that are active, ranging from 414 to 699.9, and six of those nine are brand new in the last 30 days. Seven are under contract, and six closed in the last 30 days. Average days on market is 115. There's a couple in there. I think that 699.9 is kind of holding propping up that days on market, and what's making it seem kind of high. They also opened up, I think, their last phase. So again, it's like with a couple of the Ladera properties that I mentioned, as well as Robeson, for example. The question is, do I want to build or do I want to buy a resale? If I want to move right in, like let's say before Memorial Day, hey, resale's the way to go. But if you don't mind waiting 6, 8, 9, 12 months, then by all means, let's build a house for you, and let's customize it. So I kind of hope that helped you out. Our traditional monthly update for 55 plus communities. Hey, I wanted to touch on another thing that's part of our business here with the Rose Realty team, and that's what we call senior relocation seminars. Now, What senior relocation seminars are is an educational system or process where we talk to, usually it's obviously senior folks, like yourself, who, number one, either want to move from one location to another, and we can help, facilitate that, either obviously selling your house, helping you buy another one, those kinds of things. But what a lot of people also get sort of caught up over is, what do I do with my stuff? Okay. Um, I've lived in this house for 20 or 30 years, raised my kids here. I've got all these things. What do I do with them? And through our services and services of people we connect with, we can help you kind of work through that process so it's not as stressful and daunting, as you think it may be. And so we're just basically here to help the process and help you through, so it takes the stress off you, and you can make that transition from your two-story house to a 55 plus community as quickly and smoothly as possible. What we also do, it may sound corny, but what we also do is help you all with that housing transition, and also building a legacy and avoiding family feuds. Okay, so if, for example, you've talked to your estate attorney, all right, and your financial planner, and maybe you have a house or two, whatever, in your family, and maybe there are some investment properties. The question is, once we kind of pass on, what happens to those investment properties? And we can help you work through that. We're not financial planners. We're not attorneys, okay? But from a real estate point of view, we can help you work through that, to again help build and maintain your family's wealth and avoid family feuds. Now, what people say, well, what do you mean by avoiding family feuds? And the way we kind of answer that is, are all your children the same? Are they all in the same boat in terms of financial security? Are they all in the same position in terms of where they are in their lives, number of kids, that kind of thing? And the answer to that is usually no. And then the second question we ask is, have you ever heard, once a husband and wife kind of pass on, the children, the siblings fight over, the will or the estate, or especially the estate when it comes to real estate? Have you ever heard of a situation where that's occurred? And usually the answer is yes. But we help avoid those fights by helping you and working with your estate planner, kind of avoid that by working with your estate planner and your accumulation of real estate. We kind of help you work through that to make sure that there's no family feuds, there's no fights, your family legacy is carried out and maintained, and people are thankful, sort of thankful, if you will, for mom and dad. So, hey, we can schedule a one-on-one strategy session, even if that's through a Zoom. Or the other thing we can do is we have seminars here in the Dallas Fort Worth area. I mean, we have between 2 and 4 a month. And it's kind of first come, first serve, because they're always sold out. Sold out's a bad word, because they don't cost you anything. But we always said maximum capacity. How's that sound? So anyway, if you're interested, let us know. I hope all of this was helpful. I know that was a lot to swallow, but I'll be bringing it up again. And if you subscribe to our YouTube channel, you'll see a lot of our sort of summaries of our seminars on our YouTube channel. So until next week, excuse me, until next month or next time, this is Steve, your 55 Places personal consultant. See you soon.